Alright, part 2 of this reading, because my phone, I think, is tired of me recording all of these videos because it just keeps shutting things off or to stop recording, or now I'm out of storage again. So it just is a mess. So thank goodness this is the second to last day, because I think my phone has seen a better day with all of this recording. So anyway, we are in the middle of chapter 16, and Harry and Hermione both got past the chess players, and Ron sacrificed himself in that moment to let Harry and Hermione go on. And so they're talking about if he's okay, and Harry's like, I'm sure he's fine, all that. So that's where we left off. And they're asking, what do you think's next? And this is where Hermione says, and this is where we left off, where it cut me off. We've had sprouts. That was the devil's snare. Flintwick must have put charms on the keys, and McGonagall transfigured the chessmen to make them alive. That leaves Quirrell's spell and Snape's. They had reached another door. All right, Harry whispered. Go on. Harry pushed it open. A disgusting smell filled their nostrils, making both of them pull their robes up over their nose. Eyes watering, they saw flat on the floor in front of them a troll even larger than the one they had tackled, out cold with a bloody lump on its head. I'm glad we didn't have to fight this one, Harry whispered as they stepped carefully over its massive legs. Come on, I can't breathe. He pulled open the next door, both of them hardly daring to look at what came next. But there was nothing very frightening in here, just a table with 7 differently shaped bottles standing in a line. Whew. Snape's, said Harry. What do we have to do? They stepped over the threshold, and immediately a fire sprang up behind them in the doorway. It wasn't an ordinary fire either. It was purple. At the same instant, black flames shot up in the doorway leading onward. They were trapped. Look. Hermione seized a roll of paper lying next to the bottles. Harry looked over her shoulder to read it. Danger lies before you, while safety lies behind. 2 of us will help you, whichever you would find. 1 among us 7 will let you move ahead. Another will transport the drinker back instead. 2 among our number hold only nettle wine. 3 of us are killers, waiting hidden in line. Choose unless you wish to stay here forevermore. To help you in your choice, we give you these clues 4. First, however slyly the potions tries to hide, you will always find some on nettle wine's left side. Second, different are those who stand at either side, but if you would move forward, neither is your friend. Third, as you see clearly, are all different size. Neither dwarf nor giant holds death in their sides. Fourth, the second left and the second on the right are twins once you taste them, though different at first sight. Hermione let out a great sigh, and Harry, amazed, saw that she was smiling, the very last thing she felt like doing. Brilliant, said Hermione. This isn't magic, it's logic. A puzzle. A lot of great wizards haven't got an ounce of logic. They'd be stuck in here forever. But so will we, won't we? Of course not, said Hermione. Everything we need is here on this paper. 7 bottles, 3 are poison, 2 are wine. 1 will get us safely through the black fire, and 1 will get us back through the purple. But how do we know which to drink? Give me a minute. Hermione read the paper several times. Then she walked up and down the line of bottles, muttering to herself and pointing at them. At last, she clasped her hands. Got it, she said. The smallest bottle will get us through the black fire, towards the stone. Harry looked at the tiny bottle. That's only enough for 1 of us, he said. Hardly 1 swallow. They looked at each other. Which will get you back through the purple flames? Hermione pointed at the round bottle at the right end of the line. You drink that, said Harry. No, listen, get back and get Ron. Grab brooms from the flying key room. They'll get you out of the trapdoor and past Fluffy. Go straight to the Owlery and send Hedwig to Dumbledore. We need him. I might be able to hold Snape off for a while, but I'm no match for him, really. But Harry, what if you know who's with him? Well, I was the lucky one, wasn't I, said Harry, pointing at a scar. I might get lucky again. Hermione's lips trembled, and she suddenly dashed at Harry and threw her arms around him. Hermione? Harry, you're a great wizard, you know. I'm not as good as you, said Harry, very embarrassed, and she let him go. Me, said Hermione, books and cleverness. There are more important things, friendship and bravery. And oh, Harry, be careful. You drink first, said Harry. You are sure which is which, aren't you? Positive, said Hermione. She took a long drink from the round bottle at the end and shuddered. It's not poison, said Harry anxiously. No, but it's like ice. Quick, go, before it wears off. Good luck. Take care. Go. Hermione turned and walked straight through the purple fire. Harry took a deep breath and picked up the smallest bottle. He turned to face the black flames. Here I come, he said, and he drained the little bottle in one gulp. It was indeed as though ice was flooding through his body. He put the bottle back down and walked forward. He braced himself, saw the black flames licking his body but couldn't feel them. For a moment, he could see nothing but dark fire. Then he was on the other side in the last chamber. There wasn't someone there. There was already someone there. But it wasn't Snape. It wasn't even Voldemort. All right, that's chapter 17. Shall I leave you at a cliffhanger? No, I'm going to read a little bit more. So you get to find out who was beating Harry through all of these different little missions. Are you ready? Can you handle it? All right. Anybody have any guesses? Guess now out loud. Tell the wall. Tell the painting. Okay. Anyway. Chapter 17. The Man with Two Faces. It was Quirrell. You! Gasped Harry. Quirrell smiled. His face wasn't twitching at all. Me, he said calmly. I wondered whether I'd be meeting you here, Potter. But I thought Snape. Severus, Quirrell laughed, and it wasn't his usual quirly tremble either, but cold and sharp. Yes, Severus does seem the type, doesn't he? So useful to have him snooping around like an overgrown bat next to him who would suspect poor stuttering Professor Quirrell. Harry couldn't take it in. This couldn't be true. It couldn't. But Snape tried to kill me. No. I tried to kill you. Your friend, Miss Granger, accidentally knocked me over as she rushed to set fire to Snape at that Quidditch match. She broke my eye contact with you. Another few seconds and I'd have you off that broom. I'd have managed it before Snape, even if Snape hadn't been muttering a counter curse trying to save you. Snape was trying to save me? Of course, said Quirrell coolly. Why do you think he wanted to referee your next match? He was trying to make sure I didn't do it again. Funny, really. He needn't have bothered. I couldn't do anything with Dumbledore watching. All the other teachers thought Snape was trying to give Gryffindor from winning. He did make himself unpopular. And what a waste of time, when after all that, I'm going to kill you tonight. Quirrell snapped his fingers, and ropes sprang out of thin air and wrapped themselves tightly around Harry. You're too nosy to live, Potter, scurrying around the school on Halloween like that. For all I knew, you'd see me coming to look at what was guarding the stone. You let the troll in? Certainly. I have a special gift with trolls. You must have seen what I did to the one in the chamber back there. Unfortunately, while everyone else was running around looking for it, Snape, who already suspected me, went straight to the 3rd floor to head me off. Not only did my troll fail to beat you to death, the three-headed dog didn't even manage to bite Snape's leg off properly. Now wait quietly, Potter. I need to examine this interesting mirror. It was only then that Harry realized what was standing behind Quirrell. It was the mirror of Erised. This mirror is key to finding the stone, Quirrell murmured. Tapping his way around the frame, trust Dumbledore to come up with something like this. But he's in London. I'll be far away by the time he gets back. All Harry could think of doing was to keep Quirrell talking and stop him from concentrating on the mirror. I saw you and Snape in the forest, he blurted out. Yes, said Quirrell idly, walking around the mirror to look at the back. He was on to me by that time, trying to figure out how far I'd gotten. He suspected me all along, tried to frighten me, as though he could, when I had Lord Voldemort on my side. Quirrell came back out from behind the mirror and stared hungrily into it. I see the stone. I'm presenting it to my master, but where is it? Harry struggled against the ropes binding him, but they didn't give. He had to keep Quirrell from giving his whole attention to the mirror. But Snape always seemed to hate me so much. Oh, he does, said Quirrell casually. Heavens, yes. He was at Hogwarts with your father, didn't you know? They loathed each other, but he never wanted you dead. But I heard you a few days ago sobbing. I thought Snape was threatening you. For the first time, a spasm of fear flitted across Quirrell's face. Sometimes, he said, I find it hard to follow my master's instructions. He is a great wizard and I am weak. You mean he was there in the classroom with you? Harry gasped. He is with me wherever I go, said Quirrell quietly. I met him when I traveled around the world. A foolish young man I was then, full of ridiculous ideas about good and evil. Lord Voldemort showed me how wrong I was. There is no good and evil, there is only power, and those too weak to seek it. Since then I have served him faithfully. Although I have let him down many times, he has had to be very hard on me. Quirrell shivered suddenly. He does not forgive mistakes easily. When I failed to steal the stone from Gringotts, he was most displeased. He punished me, decided he would have to keep a closer watch on me. Quirrell's voice trailed away. Harry was remembering his trip to Diagon Alley. How could he have been so stupid? He'd seen Quirrell that very day, shaken hands with him in the leaky cauldron. Quirrell cursed under his breath. I don't understand. Is the stone inside the mirror? Should I break it? Harry's mind was racing. What I want more than anything in the world at this moment, he thought, is to find the stone before Quirrell. So if I look in the mirror, I should see myself finding it, which means I'll see where it's hidden. But how can I look without Quirrell realizing what I'm doing? He tried to edge to the left to get in front of the glass without Quirrell noticing, but the ropes around his ankles were too tight. He tripped and fell over. Quirrell ignored him. He was still talking to himself. What does this mirror do? How does it work? Help me, master. And to Harry's horror, a voice answered, and the voice seemed to come from Quirrell himself.